90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Jasmine sets boundaries after Matt's comment on raising a girl. After Jasmine and Matt found out they were expecting a girl, tensions increased in this week's episode of 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? When Matt voiced his worries about raising a girl, referring to it as expert-level parenting, what had appeared to be a moment of celebration turned into a complex situation. Jasmine, who was initially thrilled about becoming a mother, was offended by the remark and wasn't prepared to allow Matt's anxieties to ruin this momentous occasion. Matt's response was conflicted. He was shocked to learn his gender, a little uncomfortable with the obligations he thought would accompany parenting a daughter, and worried about his ability to handle the situation. In contrast, Jasmine disputed their worries. She underlined that Matt should be happy whether they have a boy or a girl and that the child doesn't have to conform to gender expectations. The argument sparked a larger discussion on gender roles, expectations in motherhood, and the pressure males frequently face to be qualified right away. Jasmine's boundary setting becomes a major event throughout the 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Episode. She refuses to take in comments that she perceives as constrictive or contemptuous. The reveal was supposed to be memorable, but instead, it exposed cracks in how she and Matt view each other's beliefs about children and responsibility. Jasmine gets frustrated at Matt for spoiling their baby's gender reveal on 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Matt's comment on 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? About expert-level parenting is not just discomfort-inducing for Jasmine, it also led her to demand respect and explanation. She believes that raising a daughter is to navigate gendered expectations with an eye towards sharing responsibilities rather than achieving perfection, and towards unconditional love instead of reruns. Establishing boundaries related to Matt's concerns, however, could change the dynamics of both parties as they become parents and reevaluate their relationship in the future. What Matt said and why it hurt. Matt acknowledged during the gender reveal that he was expecting a boy and was taken aback to learn it was a girl. He then expressed worries that having a daughter would be more difficult. One of his remarks, in particular, caught my attention. He said that raising a female was expert level. He was concerned about tears, emotional outbursts, spoiling, and how he may feel horrible every time if he annoyed her. 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. Star Jasmine said, "Take it or leave it. Because this is not going to happen again. I'm not going through another pregnancy just because you have this **PID mentality that you need to have a boy." Jasmine responded right away. She resisted, wondering why Matt's anxieties were so closely linked to conventional norms. She rejected the idea that she should get pregnant again with a boy to correct her current pregnancy with a girl. Matt is horrific. 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Fans react to cast member finding out he's going to have a daughter. 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Star Matt, upset over having a daughter, tells Jasmine he wants to keep trying for a son. 90-Day Fiancé's Jasmine revealed her pregnancy to Gino on Happily Ever After, and it was absolutely more brutal than I expected. Warning. The following contains spoilers for the 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Episode. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Stream it with an HBO Max subscription and read at your own risk. 90-Day Fiancé fans praise Jasmine Pineda's surgeries. 90-Day Fiancé star Jasmine Pineda is getting a lot of attention amid her appearance in the latest season of 90 Day, The Last Resort. The 38-year-old has gone through many cosmetic procedures over the years. She explained that she wanted to look better for her husband, Gino. However, some fans think he doesn't appreciate all the efforts she has made. But some Redditors think Jasmine did a great job with her surgeries. Keep reading to see why. 90-Day Fiancé, Gino Palazzolo makes shocking claims about Jasmine Pineda. The latest episode of 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2 featured Gino's confession about his intimacy with Jasmine. According to the 90-Day Fiancé star, they fight almost every day, and he has lost his emotional connection with her, which is why he no longer wants to sleep with Jasmine. However, Jasmine fired back by saying that her husband satisfies his S***Zul desires by watching P***RN. Due to this, she suggested being in an open relationship so she could find her own satisfaction with another guy. This made Gino upset, warning Jasmine not to go that route. Fans praise Jasmine's surgeries. Some Redditors discussed a screenshot of Jasmine Pineda during the previous episode of 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2. According to the poster, the 90 Day Fiancé star is doing something right with her appearance, adding that she looked gorgeous during the episode. Others agreed and said that she has done an incredible job with her makeup and looks a lot healthier in the spin-off. Several commenters commended the humor she's showing so far. 90 Day Fiancé, Jasmine Pineda shares rare throwback picture. Jasmine Pineda also took to IG stories to share what she looked like 8 years ago. It's clear to see that the 90 Day Fiancé star looked like a totally different person before all her surgeries. Many people believe Jasmine looked good both before and after her operations. But many people hope she's done with the modifications today. I'm watching 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2's therapist shortage, and it's starting to bug me. 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2 had a different vibe from the first season, and I wonder if this small change has anything to do with it. The Last Resort Season 2 is close to coming to an end. The couples are sharing their final days in the resort and are hoping to smooth over some rough edges so they can go home in a better spot than when they arrived. Unfortunately though, I think most of the 90 Day Fiancé franchise couples haven't made much progress. They may even be in a worse spot from when they first appeared in Season 2. Upon reflection, there seems to be one major difference between the two seasons: the number and types of therapists accessible to the couples. While this difference may not be the only culprit for the couple's lack of progress, I think it plays a major role in their healing process. The Last Resort Season 1 had more counselors and real inner healing war. In Season 1, there were at least 3 therapists that the 90 Day Fiancé couples engaged with. There was Dr. Janie Lacey, a trauma expert, and Dr. Jason Prendergast, a temperament therapist who specializes in marriage counseling. There was also Dr. P.D. Silvera, the Jenny Slatten lookalike who specialized in past life regression. Then there was also Reba Corinne, a sex therapist who also appeared in a few episodes to help the group as a whole and the couples individually. All these therapists certainly played a large role in Season 1, along with the host and life coach of the series. Most episodes featured at least one therapy session, and the couples saw the therapists on a rotating schedule to gain all the tools necessary for a healthy relationship. While the efficacy of some tactics was questionable, such as Big Ed Brown's past life regression session, inner healing and therapy were major cornerstones of the first season. The couples of Season 1 seemed to get along better, make more progress towards their goals, and most all decided to recommit by the end of their stay. The Last Resort Season 2 has fewer counselors and more chaos. Season 2 seems to have had a major shift. There are still a handful of therapists roaming around the resort, but they're not as obvious as in the first season. Mostly it's just the life coach, Sarah Malone, who's navigating the Season 2 couples and their shenanigans. Reba, the same-sex therapist from Season 1, did make a brief appearance to help Josh and Natalie in a private session. However, their session ended in a major blowout and the pair separated for the rest of the day. Josh and Natalie aren't the only couple who seem to have issues beyond repair. Rob Warren and Sophie Sierra were in a screaming match first thing in the morning after their camping trip. Natalie was upset because she thought Josh was body-shaming her. Meanwhile, Julia Trubkina and Brandon Gibbs' progress plummeted after she revealed she cheated on him earlier in their relationship. Since these couples seem to have more issues than in the first season, I would have expected more inner healing work for them to do. More therapy sessions to improve their communication and more opportunities to execute real skills that would help their relationships. Yet it seems as though the couples are left mainly on their own and mediators don't appear until the situation has escalated to an extreme point. Overall, I can't ignore the strong correlation in The Last Resort Season 2. The connection might not be related, but I do think it's interesting to acknowledge how the lack of therapy and therapists in the second season might be hindering the couples more so. The purpose of The Last Resort is to learn tools and practice healthy coping skills, so couples have a solid foundation to work on when they return home. Yet, it seems to me like the couples just keep spiraling. The 90 Day Fiancé couples still struggle to connect and communicate. They keep finding themselves in full-blown arguments and the same finger-pointing cycles that landed them in The Last Resort in the first place. In the end, I have to wonder if the change in therapists contributed to the extreme amounts of turmoil I've seen the second time around. 90 Day Fiancé and its spin-off series air on TLC, and are available to stream on Max in the U.S. 90 Day Fiancé. I think I know the real reason Jasmine Pineda treats Juance like her own son, why her second son JC is kept out of the spotlight. It's strange to me that Jasmine Pineda from 90 Day, The Last Resort considers Juance, her rumored stepson, as her own but doesn't talk about her other son, JC. Jasmine first appeared on the show with Gino Palazzolo in 2021. During their debut season, the couple displayed several red flags in their relationship, so I was surprised when they got engaged. Despite concerns about Jasmine's extremely jealous and suspicious nature, Gino applied for her K-1 visa so they could get married in the United States. Eventually, Jasmine moved from Panama to America, leaving her 2 sons behind. To my surprise, Jasmine and Gino proceeded with their wedding despite problems in their relationship. However, shortly after tying the knot, they encountered another significant issue. Gino wasn't interested in being intimate with Jasmine, prompting them to seek marriage counseling in 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2. After attending therapy sessions, Jasmine ultimately proposed the concept of an open marriage to Gino and having her gym buddy, Matt Brownies, as her sexual partner. While Gino agreed to this arrangement, he had concerns about Jasmine's unusually close relationship with Matt. Jasmine first introduced herself as a mother of 2. Jasmine had shared custody of her 2 sons with her ex-husband. As many fans, myself included, predicted, Jasmine developed stronger feelings for Matt. Consequently, they recently welcomed their daughter, Matilda, on March 21, 2025. However, there is some debate whether Jasmine is now a mother of 3 or 2. When she first introduced herself on the show, she described herself as a mother of 2 sons. Jasmine explained, "My eldest lives with my ex-husband and the youngest, usually, lives with me, but he has a special condition." During the pandemic, Jasmine sent JC to live temporarily with her mother in the countryside due to the city's lockdown. Although neither of her sons were living with her at the time, Jasmine still considered herself a mother of 2. She found the pandemic to be very difficult as she missed her sons but was grateful to have met Gino during that challenging time. Jasmine saw her budding romance with Gino as a form of therapy and even introduced him to her 2 sons, describing their meeting as a beautiful moment. While JC never appeared on the show, Juance made a rare appearance in 2023. Just before Jasmine left for the United States, Gino claimed that Juance is Jasmine's stepson. Jasmine may be Juance's stepmother. Now working with a lawyer to bring her sons to the United States, Gino claims that her eldest son, Juance, isn't even her biological child. A message posted on Instagram by Gino's female friends on @gino.lindsay.terra suggests that Jasmine has obtained her green card and is now able to visit Panama to see her sons whenever she wants. The message also alleges that Juance isn't actually Jasmine's biological son, stating that the other child is her ex-stepchild, not hers. These claims could be true, especially since Juance wasn't living with Jasmine when she first appeared on the show. Jasmine hasn't responded to these allegations and continues to claim Juance as her own child. Gino and Jasmine were together for more than 4 years, and during their relationship, he visited Panama several times. I believe Gino has a better understanding of Jasmine's family dynamics than 90 Day Fiancé viewers, who only watch an edited version of their story. If Gino insists that Juance is not Jasmine's son, there may be some truth to it. Jasmine's connection with Juance is out of this world. Jasmine has taken on a maternal role for Juance. While Jasmine may not be Juance's biological mother, she cares for him like her own child. She has been working hard to achieve financial stability in the United States to provide her sons with better opportunities. Since Gino didn't mention Jasmine's children in her K-1 visa application, she will have to go through additional steps to reunite with them in America, but she is fully prepared to do so. I believe Jasmine developed a strong bond with Juance during her marriage to his father, which is why she doesn't consider him her stepson but her own. During the show, Jasmine mentioned that her relationship with Juance was out of this world. She described herself as a cool mom and was truly devastated to leave him behind when she moved to the United States. I'm not sure if Juance is actually Jasmine's son, but I believe she has taken on the role of a mother figure in his life and is unwilling to give up on that position. She is deeply involved in Juan's daily care, assisting him with his studies, routines, and emotional support, and she genuinely feels like a second mother to him. Why is JC always missing from the show and family pictures? Jasmine wants to shield JC from negativity. Jasmine has spoken at length about her son, Fiancé, on the show and on social media. She frequently shares pictures of him on Instagram to keep fans updated on his life. However, many fans, myself included, have noticed that she rarely talks about her other son, JC, who has special needs. JC has never appeared on the show, and Jasmine hasn't posted many pictures of him online, leaving me curious about him. Jasmine has stated that she now has full custody of both her sons, so JC's absence from her updates may be her own choice rather than her ex-husband's. After marrying Gino in the United States, Jasmine shared some special moments with her family on Instagram. Surprisingly, JC wasn't featured in these family pictures, even though Jasmine's dog, Coco, made an appearance. Jasmine is open about her eldest son on social media, but she prefers to keep JC out of the spotlight for now. She expressed her hesitation by stating, "Maybe one day, but by seeing how vicious and scary social media is just makes me prefer to keep it private."